Hey everybody, welcome back to Simple Acre Homestead. My name is Bert. Glad to have you here again today. Just to remind you, my wife Cindy and I are just homesteading. We'll use that term loosely, but homesteading on just under 1 acre, just shy of 1 acre. And we make the most of that space. So follow along, see what we do. Today though, we're back here in the garage, and this is where we stage our feed. I'll show you in a second where we keep it before we bring it in here, but this is what we've been doing for quite a while now. We use these cardboard barrels, which cost me nothing, just to contain the feed bags. This one's empty. This one has a bag left in it, and this one here is what we have a little bit of dog food in there. Typically, we keep our dog food and dog food and rabbit food in this one, and these two we use for our chicken feed, our layer feed. The reason I'm saying all this and going into depth about what we keep in these barrels is I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to show you what that is. But typically, we get 2 bags in here, 3 bags in here, maybe 4 if we pile it on top of each other, and 2 bags in that one. Total of 3, 5, 7 bags. I was given an appliance that no longer, well, it worked, but it's old. And I'm going to use that appliance, being a chest freezer, to replace these barrels. Let's go outside and check it out. It's not huge. Cindy and I can move it in here with no problem, I'm sure of it. But it will be better for keeping out any rodents that come in. A little less inviting in here. I don't keep anything in here that would really be appetizing for them, except for the feed. And I still catch mice, I still catch rats. So it's just one way to hopefully make it so they're less likely to hang out in my little shop here. I'm gonna get started on that, but come on outside. I still have to get that freezer cleaned up. All right, guys. So when we pick up our feed, what I first do is I bring it home and I throw it in this large covered trailer. We also keep our hay in here. It's just a nice multi-purpose. We haven't had any trouble with rodents, fortunately. I guess it is off the ground, that probably helps. But it's just our catch-all for when we initially buy things in bulk. And from there, I'll take it into the garage where it's more of a usable location. So I will be grabbing the feed out of here today to bring in once I get set up. But what I wanted to show you is somebody got a hold of me, somebody I work with actually, and said they're getting rid of this freezer, right? So I decided to take this little trailer, go pick it up. It's an older freezer, but I think it's going to work really well for what we're planning to use it for. So I'm going to get this cleaned up, and I'm going to get Sadie to help me take it in there. We're going to put it in place, and we'll see how much feed we can put in this freezer, so I maybe don't have to fill them up quite as often, or whatever the case. Just the main point of this whole thing is this will be sealed. They're not going to be able to get in and out of it and munch away in the feed. Not that we have a lot of problem with that now, just occasionally, but it still invites rodents, where this should keep it contained and rodent free. All right, guys. So I got that freezer unloaded. It wasn't too heavy, so I just brought it in myself. Not to sound all macho or anything, I dragged it. But anyway, I put it in place. I scraped out all the ice I could. And our negative temperatures right now, it's not going to thaw out on its own, so I have to help it. So what I've done here is I set it in place. And if you look inside, I just stuck a little heater, nice and warm. But you'll see the on the door here, the droplets, I should say, where it's slowly melting from even inside the door. So this won't take much longer because it's a sealed unit, so that heat is very concentrated. I think you can hear a little bit of ice in there still, but not a whole lot. So I'm going to give it probably another 5-10 minutes. I'm going to wipe it all out, and I'm going to start filling it up. We'll see how much feed we can put in this thing. I'm going to keep it in the bags, of course, because it just makes it easier. That way we can have multiple types of feed. But then we'll see, at this point, take a guess in your head. How many bags am I going to get in? Okay, guys, pardon me. I pulled that little heater out. I've let it kind of thaw everything out inside here. Everything's nice and warm to surface, so it's all kind of gone down to the bottom. So I'm just going to quickly wipe it out. We're going to fill this thing up, see how much we got in it, and it'll be a whole lot more convenient and sealed for our day-to-day use. All right, so what I'm going to do in the meantime, this will dry out, but since it is just a little bit damp, I'm going to put a little bit of cardboard on the bottom just to absorb whatever else might kind of drip in here, down the sides, whatever. And in a few days, I'll just take that cardboard in. Okay, that'll keep the bottom dry. So let's fill this up and see how well this is going to work out. So it actually appears as though I can't get near as much in this. It's actually quite surprising to me, but I think part of it is the fact that we got the motor in the corner that chews up the space. Now, actually, if I open that bag, it's probably going to sit there. Move that one over. All right, so at the end of the day, it looks like I'm going to get one less bag in. But you know what? I'm okay with that. This is a sealed container and will work out much better as far as keeping rodents away and everything protected. Done. All right, guys, it's just a reuse situation, recycle, reuse. I think this is a much better system than the cardboard barrels or having nothing at all. Ideally, if you had steel barrels or whatever, that would work probably even better, or maybe not. I mean, in this case, you lift up a lid, it's attached, you put it back down. It's not where you're having to juggle lids around like we did with these, because we'd have to move them around all the time. So I think that's a win. We'll take that. Every win's a good thing. Thanks a lot for stopping in again, guys. I really hope you keep coming around, because we really do appreciate it here. If you don't mind subscribing, it doesn't cost you anything. It just promotes our channel, helps us pay our bills as far as buying, maybe a new camera or something like that once in a while. We'll see you next time. Hit that thumbs up. Thanks again.